Okay.
We're just
Sorry,
waiting
one
for
second.
people to come in.
My audio is being weird. Sorry. All right, is this better?
Yeah.
All right. So I made like three pull requests for like multiple different issues. I'm just like I made them yesterday and today, so I just don't know how the process works. I'm just wondering how I can like start contributing. I'm also like
Do
asking for this
you want to
one.
link one of the PRs? Are they good?
Sorry. Sorry.
Are the pull requests good? Do you want to link one of them?
Yeah. I can link one of them.
We can check one out while we wait for people to get in.
Here, I'm putting one. I just put one in.
Okay,
Let me
this one
check.
has a really high bar. So if you just threw this in Claude, did you just throw this in Claude, or did you write this and make it beautiful by hand?
No, no. Cloud did a lot of the work for me.
Cool. So that's an auto close. Do you know what this test is supposed to do?
The harness, the fuzzy. No, no, not really.
Okay, cool. So,
It
uh,
just seemed like an issue. Like I was reading through it, and it just seemed like an issue Cloud could do. So I just.
uh, okay, so y- if you don't understand what you're contributing, it has zero value. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
please go and close all your pull requests where that's the case. And
Mm.
then before opening another one, you should understand what the goal of the pull request is. And, you should understand the solution too, because you essentially develop the solution. You essentially have no ability to evaluate whether Claude can do the thing if you don't understand the thing yourself. Otherwise, I would have just had my Claude do it. And I understand what this issue is for. So
Okay,
this
okay.
this provides no value to the project.
So just Okay, I mean, I like I said, I was just reading through it, and it just seemed like something Cloud could easily solve. So that's why I did it. Like I didn't do it for the boundary or anything. I just wanted to close the issue.
Yeah. So the goal is not to close the issues.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's to actually have like good documentations.
So this isn't even documentation. This is a test.
Okay.
Have you read the contributing documentation?
Yeah, I did.
Do you understand the contributing documentation?
Sorry?
Do you understand the contributing documentation? I think this vibe is pretty well laid out here.
Yeah.
For anybody, I think most people here are usual suspects, but I'll post it for anybody else who's unaware. And
Yeah,
these
I mean,
can
I can go back and I can like take a look and like actually understand the solution, but like yeah, are y'all located in San Diego?
So we're gonna move on from this. We got a dev call to do, but
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, if you can go back,
Oh,
close
yeah, sure.
any Claude work, and then if you want to go back and really understand the issue, make a beautiful pull request. We'd be happy to review it.
Okay, thank you.
All right. I have a really short agenda today. We have two new features for you guys. We don't usually have features, but we're doing some features. We got some new people, and they're adding features. Yeah, W. Uh, Features aren't my favorite thing, but I know you guys like features. But first, let's start with everybody's favorite topic, DM. How does everybody like new DM? New DM release is just about to ship. Um, we've fixed all the complaints that we've fielded and gotten logs for. Our metric show it's in a good place. We're pretty happy with it internally. There's less false positives, more true positives. That's kind of the goal. If there's any more thoughts on DM. We also doubled the DM team size recently. So expect more better DM in the future. Should feel like it's working with you more than ever. Does Common Team use always on DM? We don't like enforce it, but I use it. I think Harold uses it. A bunch of us use it. Shane, I think, uses it in his BRZ. We all do drive the Open Pilot, but we don't like force the always on DM toggle, so it's kind of whatever people have a toggle to. I don't know if Shank's in here if he wants to talk more about DM or Herald, but rest assured, the rest of the team is still hard at work at DM, and we're going. The stuff we merged at the beginning of the year was very aggressive and had some issues, and we're going to avoid repeating that mistake. Be real careful when we make it more aggressive.
Yeah, I don't know if I have anything to say, but just as a general notes about DM, yeah, there was a lot of drama in some parts of the community being very upset about DM. It's not, I think, 100% clear what percentage of those complaints are complaints about false positives versus complaints about the fact that DM exists at all versus complaints about some things that some people think is not distraction that we think is distraction. But if anyone has a bad experience, if you can describe that and give logs, that's always the most useful. Generally speaking, if you think you're driving safely and not happy with your experience, that's something we would like to fix. And I think there were definitely some real issues that we fixed that were giving false positives, as well as also making the DM policy more aggressive about phone use. For me personally, I've noticed the new DM policy definitely catching me use my phone much faster, and it's like kind of changed my behavior, which is something we also see in the blog post is that we have clear evidence that the result of this DM release is that people use their phone less while using OpenPilot, which is something we wanted. Yeah, any kind of false positive or maybe even on the edge false positive, like you're looking out to see if you can make a lane change and it triggers you, and you think that's a reasonable thing to do when you're driving. That's definitely something we want to look into and see if we can improve the experience there. Because if it's yelling at you when you're driving safely, this is obviously a bad experience.
Mr. Nabil, that specific scenario we did address. Are you on release or are you on what branch are you on? I'll post the graphic from the 011 blog, which apparently doesn't have a background, so it's a little hard to see, but you get the idea. You're on nightly. Yeah, if you post if you can post the segments, I don't know if you have your DCAM recording on. That would be very helpful. Yeah, we should be able to just get it fixed for you. Because we did attempt to fix that exact thing, and Sunny Pilot says they're very happy with the new stuff because it particularly affected minutes. But yeah, generally the stuff we're working on for DM is like the stuff that hopefully everybody wants, which is like when you're basically asleep or the phone stuff was maybe some people didn't want that. But a lot of people posted on Reddit and they're like, I'm on my phone, I don't want to be on my phone, and OpenPilot has been helping with that recently. So I think some people are definitely appreciating the new stuff. Oh, cool. Okay. Glad to hear, Mr. First. Yeah, you had an accident in April sleep. Yeah, I think everybody wants a beep when they're falling asleep. It's like forward collision warning. Nobody wants to forward collide into another car. Nobody wants to be asleep at the wheel. Our ultimate goal is to have sleep detection, just like we have forward collision warning when you're disengaged. We want to have incredibly reliable sleep detection. That's just always on. I don't think anybody would want to toggle that off. Got a lot of people speaking today. Oh, he left again. He's just trolling us. I don't know how Discord works either. Maybe it's just that. We'll get to EGP. Let's stay on DM. Is everybody are all good with DM? Yeah, I think one of the interesting things about DM is that you don't always know when you're distracted, or for even how long you're distracted. You think you're looking down at your phone for a second, just changing a song. It's like, oh, I didn't like that song. I didn't like that song, and all of a sudden it's been like 15 seconds, and you don't realize. So DM is like really to assist with attention.
I
Just
just
like
want to respond to the guideline thing. I mean, the guidelines aren't the hard part. The hard part is that detecting people falling asleep reliably is actually just super hard. It's not like we could alert easily and we don't. It's actually just a really hard problem from a machine learning standpoint.
Oh yeah, ultimately we want the phone detection to be a little more robust to burritos, but yeah, this is hard right now, and the priority is to catch the phones.
Yeah, I don't know. This was also a discussion on Reddit, but when the DM terminal alert triggers, OpenPilot continues to steer and slowly slows down. Which is, I mean, that I think the best thing we could possibly do. I think it would not be a good idea for OpenPilot to change lanes or to pull over. I think this is kind of our best option. I don't understand why on Reddit or people in the community seem to think that's not how it works, but that is how it works. It will
They want
continue.
fork. Maybe the fork changes it. Unclear.
I don't think so. I think they just didn't. Nobody just checked. I think. But yes, it will continue to steer and slowly slow down.
Also, like no other system, like FSD might now, but for a long time they didn't, and no other car does. VW has like a YouTube video where in the future you might be able to buy a Volkswagen that does this. But the Volkswagen you can buy today does this. Plus, it honks.
Yes, hazard lights would be great, but we have only access to some things in some cars. On the newer cars that have the fancy DM stuff, we will activate that if possible and stuff. This is something that's just limited by what's possible.
I mean that was also, I would say, not a super good faith discussion. The discussion was really about being able to use your phone while driving for the purposes of being a delivery driver, which I think it's fairly unambiguous that regardless of why you're doing it, distracted driving is not something we're interested in supporting. Cool. I mean, Reddit's its own thing. How uncommon is it? I'm not quite sure what that means. Every time the M goes off, I'm like, yep, fairs. That's the goal. That's the goal. It should feel fair. Even if you don't realize it at that second, you'll be like, oh, wait, yeah. Cool. Glad you guys are on board with DM. We may have one more genuine complaint from Mr. Nabil that we'll look into as soon as he posts a segment. I think every time somebody's posted a segment, we fixed it within. Well, to be fair, the other guy had to post it twice, and we had to do 2 fixes, but we fixed it quite quickly after the second time. Well, let's move on from DM. Daniel, I see you're on here. I don't know if you have a mic. If you want to talk about the lateral maneuver report. If you don't, you can just come. Oh, there it is. Add.
Hello, can you hear me?
You.
Great. So I can just share my screen to show some examples of the maneuver report.
So if you guys have ever wanted to improve your car steering performance, which I know is not that common in the community, Daniel's made a nice tool to do this, and he's going to show it to you.
Yes, so you can go into the developer settings of the newest upcoming update and activate the lateral maneuver report. Maybe some of you have seen the previous report called longitudinal maneuver report, which was used to improve the longitudinal tuning of cars. And we looked into doing the same thing for the lateral maneuvers, which is of course not that easy to do because you have to put in some specific maneuvers of the car, moving it side by side, so laterally. And we tested some things at highway speeds, at slower speed, medium speeds, and then came up with this report that does some specific maneuvers at 20 miles an hour and 30 miles an hour. And this was pretty useful to profile
Oh, wait, the stream isn't working.
Oh, are you not seeing my screen?
No. How are you doing this? Are you on the Discord app?
No, I'm on the Discord
Website?
application, the native one.
Oh. Who knows if that works?
Okay, I can just post a screenshot.
Are you on OpenDBC data? I can try to share my screen while you talk about
Yeah,
it.
it's on OpenDBC data. Yes, you can
Okay, let
open
me
the
try.
Tesla one and the EV6 as comparison. As a bad example.
You guys see my screen?
I can see it.
Cool.
Yes, Tesla Model Y and
gotta go to the
Kia
website.
EV6 on master.
EV6. I don't want to risk side by side, so we'll just flip back and forth.
Should be easy to see.
Okay, so here's EV6. Yeah.
Yeah, go scroll down a little bit to the Sinos. I think that's the best comparison to both cars. There it is. Yes, so that's very clear to see. I can just walk you through the colors. So the blue one is the desired lateral acceleration. So we command plus and minus amplitude of 1 meter per second squared. And the orange line is what the car actually does. So in ideal scenario, the orange line would follow the blue line pretty closely, and we see it's barely doing anything. And the green line is the actual steering torque we command on the car side. So what we send as CAN data to the car, and we see it's severely rate limited. So then we can see, okay, why is it rate limited? Is there some limitation in the car? And then as a good example, this is the Tesla, which has pretty much perfect controls. And we see the orange line is following the desired lateral acceleration with a little bit of a delay, but pretty much directly paints the curve as it should be.
Back to EV6. Almost looks like a flat line.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Just drives a little bit to the right and then does not even the other amplitude change.
Then we could show them what we did with the EV6. So this hasn't shipped yet. We're working on it. But here's the start of the improvement.
Yes. So now it at least goes in both directions and not only to the right. So we improved the rate limit a lot. There's a lot more to do on the EV6.
The car drives
see it in the report.
Yeah, it does. So you have to be careful where you use this. You know, it's up to you to figure out, a safe place to do this. But it's like a guided experience / test that runs. It'll give you like instructions in the UI and in the README for the tool.
Yes, to get consistent data, the road has to be straight. There must not be too much road roll because the road roll, of course, influences the lateral acceleration we are measuring. So all these things are checked all the time before actually executing the maneuvers. The executed maneuvers are not too intense, so it's 0.5 meters per second squared as step functions, and then plus minus 1 meters per second squared as the sinus function. So it's not like you're doing 90-degree turns, but be careful if you are actually doing that, and only do it on private property, preferably.
There's like the Ford people were saying that they have some new steering command that they claim gets a lot more jerk. This is like a good way to evaluate that. You should see a difference very clearly, just like we do with EV6, if that's true. Yeah, this is a pretty easy way to improve your lateral control. Anybody has a question about that?
Please try it out, and if you see any bugs or any unclarity, then post an issue. Yeah, that may have fixed your issue. Previously, the max roll threshold was pretty low, so even if your comma 4, comma 3 was mounted not completely straight, then it would abort the maneuvers. So I select this a little bit.
Oh, we should
You can try it
subtract
and let me know.
device roll. Shouldn't really.
Yeah, I've played around with this too, but there's also like the IMU is not super consistent or super accurate. So for now, it works.
No, when we do roll composition though, and that roll needs to be quite good.
Yes. So currently, it is just not starting the maneuver if the absolute roll is off.
What do you mean by absolute roll?
The absolute roll of the comma device orientation.
How much space do you need? Like a couple lanes wide is ideal. You can kind of do it within like a single, like a few meters wide, but ideally have a little more than that. Like a big parking lot or something, you can probably do it.
Daniel,
Yeah, and
the roll of a live post should be our best estimate of the roll of the device, and then the model predicts roll to the road. So if you wanted to know, you could look at that. I'm not sure how accurate that is, but I think it's pretty good.
okay, sure, I can compare that.
Yeah.
What do you do after capturing the data? You compare it to your other data, and then you do science. If you're unfamiliar with the scientific method, you can find some nice guides on Google. You start with some code, you form some hypothesis about how to improve your thing, and then you try something, you measure, and then you keep doing that loop, and then you end up with good lateral control, or at least as good as your car can support.
And if you just wanted to know how to use the tool, you can read the README in Tools and Lateral Maneuver.
It's pretty easy to use. The launch signal one is also quite good. We'll give a quick shout out for that. It's not new, but it's quite helpful too. Like, what's a good one? I'll use IE4 because we're using this now. Yeah, so like, this is pretty good. This one's quite a bit easier to run, in my opinion, than the lateral one because you can kind of do it all within. You just need a lot of free forward space. It doesn't need to deviate too much laterally for this one, or really at all. And all the maneuvers are fairly low speed too, which is quite nice. So you can really comfortably do it in a big parking lot. Yeah, great tools if you want to improve your car, which will be ever more important as the models get better. All right, should we segue then into our 0.11.2 stuff? We got 2 new features. Before we get to the features, it makes sense for you to talk about Gold Car first, Daniel.
Sure. So we have this new goal called Gold Car. So what it means is we want to have more cars having good controls. Currently, pretty much the only car we have with very good controls is the Tesla, which you saw in the lateral maneuver report. It pretty much follows the desired lateral acceleration ideally as we want it to be. And we looked for other candidates. We looked into Hyundai and also the VW ID4. And so far the ID4 seems to be very promising. So we did the port for that. The PRs are currently up. If anyone of you is proficient in Volkswagen, you're invited to look at them, comment on them. So this car has very good controls. It has a huge amount of lateral power available to it. It can easily do above 5 meters per second squared laterally. Also has good longitudinal control. So we looked into making it safe first. We added some safety features to actually support native curvature because its EPS uses curvature control instead of angle or torque. And what we aim to do with this Gold Car project is that every failure on the road is not a controls failure, but a policy failure, so that we can improve our models quicker in a faster iteration loop. So everyone can drive a gold car ideally and see if the model fails in the field, and it's an actual model failure and not a controls failure. Like if you drive a Honda Civic and it has so low torque, then we can't evaluate if it's the model that's making a bad decision or the car.
We hope to get more gold cars in the future. A lot of the new cars are very promising. The new Hyundais look very good. They're probably going to need more like pricks. Their APIs are quite a bit more complicated. But in general, the cars are trending in a good direction, such that a lot of cars can be gold cars, I think, now. So that's where we're putting a lot of our carporting efforts, is to kind of and improve our fleet internally, such that more people who develop OpenPilot are driving on the best cars, such that we can really feel OpenPilot's behaviors and push on improving OpenPilot's capabilities as a whole. Somebody asked about Gen 2 angle. It's on the list somewhere. We'll, again, like I said, we're working on just upgrading our fleet. We'll get a Gen 2 angle at some point. I will say we have a very exciting roadmap that will dramatically improve the Gen 2 ankle cars, even from what you have right now. I think we have a very exciting roadmap for everybody who asks about car things. You know, you're not going to get anything next week or the week after or next month. But over the next year, I think you'll be quite excited about the car roadmap and what it'll deliver for you. It'll really improve quite a large percent of the cars. That's what I'll say about that. So Gen 2 angle is definitely not in the state of you know, it's on the list somewhere, and we actually want one ourselves. So that's what I'll say about that. If somebody else wants to come here and work on cars too, you know, we're very much hiring for the car team. So, yeah. But internally, our efforts, we have actually a good percentage of the team working on cars. Daniel's working on cars right now full time. Robo's working on car stuff right now. Shane is off cars right now, but he's working on leads, which you guys will like too. I'm kind of working on cars, so 2.5 people. Yeah, we'll probably talk about it soon. Once like the big one ships, I think we'll talk about it. There's like a big piece of it. That's really exciting. I posted a teaser on Twitter. I don't know if I don't think anybody understood what it was though. You can go back on our Twitter and see though. See if you can guess what it was. I don't know. Anything else on Gold Card, Daniel? Or are we people have anything else?
We can. I can say that the first car is the ID4 MK1, so it will be supported. The first model years will be the first and older years, but the MK2 support is not too complicated to add in the future. And we will first support the gateway harness only to keep the AEB support and the emergency access support. So, and at some point we will sell it at a comma shop, but no timeline for that yet.
Well, soon. Oh, actually, there's good. I guess Kyle and Amy are also working on cars. That's true. We have more than 2.5 people working on cars. We built 22 Ford Q4 harnesses yesterday in house. We're working on dramatically improving our harness making ability in house, and this will make it such that we can, when we add support for new cars, we can have them in the shop and shipping to you like within 2 days. Right now, that timeline looks more like 3 months because the majority of our harnesses come from a manufacturer where we just send them schematics and drawings, and they send us very large batches of harnesses, which is nice, but this adds all this latency to a carport like fully being realized with the full shop loop. So Yeah, actually, we have quite a few people working on cars, so I think you guys will be real happy with what we'll have in the next couple months and over the next year. That might be the tweet. That might be it. If anybody guess what it was, though. That is definitely not a GPU. I'll tell you that. It is not a GPU, and it does not run any models. The people who said Snapdragon 8, that was it's not a Snapdragon. All right, cool. We'll save the best for last. I think we have like a live demo where we're gonna pick one of you as a victim. I don't know, is Armand here? Carol, do you want to talk about our first feature?
Want me to talk about each of you, or
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what there is to say. We're starting to drive on eGPUs that have about 100x more compute. This is really good for two different things. One is that when you drive on the eGPU, you can drive on much bigger models, which is great. But the other big advantage is we can just iterate much better without these compute constraints. And so we should understand much sooner, what are the things that are holding back the model, and then we can develop these really big models that don't necessarily run on the device, and then we can distill them. When you do a model distillation on big models, you can get like 3 to 5x the performance maybe of what we would get if we just trained small models, which we do now. So that's kind of the goal with the eGPU, both have a way to drive on huge models and be a faster development trajectory to improve the models on device. And we've been driving on them a little bit. There's some things to figure out, but first stages are done.
I think most of the engineering team is driving on them now.
No, they do not use full field of view or full camera. This is a completely separate change. This is just a bigger model with all the same inputs.
I think it'll be quite a nice experience too. When you are able to buy an eGPU from our shop and just plug it into your Comma 4, it will kind of just work. The biggest pain in the ass, I think more so than installation and stuff, will be the massive open file download sides. It'll be like a multi-gigabyte download at some point. So I hope you have good Wi-Fi. How much bigger? What are they, like 10x bigger right now?
Something like that, yeah.
The possibility to be way bigger. Be bigger. We don't want to overpromise. Let's say, I mean, I'll say that like we just basically this week got them to half the engineering team in their cars, and most people are not having the best time with them. Most people are only driving on them because either it's very exciting right now and that hasn't worn off, or they're actively developing the big models. They need to do it to test their work. Over the next few weeks, we'll make this not as painful, and people will be at least indifferent, and then it'll get closer to go to the shop. Yeah, I know. I said Q1. We weren't even in stock in Comma 4s in Q1, unfortunately. But that was partially because Comma 4s they sold a lot more than Comma 3x's. Just exciting. Is there a video on YouTube of tons of prototypes of build? No, we don't. We haven't straightened in a while. Busy cooking. There are no notable improvements yet. That's another thing we're working on. At least notable improvements on the road. You guys tested the Giga model. How are you guys using like a similar dock, or what's your guys' setup? We're only going to support basically the GPU and the whole hardware combo that we sell. It will be possible to use other GPUs and stuff, but yeah, that'll probably be a floor plan feature. You'll be kind of on your own. especially given that TinyGrad is not 1.0 software, so they tailor all of this stuff exactly for comma. So if you use a different GPU, use a different dock and stuff, your mileage will vary, and it's going to be a bit like running a Freon back in the day. It'll probably be worse than running a Freon because that was at least the same phone. You feel like comma's so good? Wow. Well, we're about to. There's still so much to go. So much to go. Ready for the big feature? Only the big feature because it has a live demo. Who wants to be the victim? The victim has to be able to share their screen too because it's more fun when you can share your screen. I don't know if Mao or Random Guy is pretty cool. Maybe Gary Lom, Nabil, who wants to do the live demo. You get to control something in the comma office. Who's in? Ali Soto? Oh, we'll see if it works from Brazil. Ali Soto, you want to do this? Who's on like a PC? Yeah, it'll use a cigarette lighter. It'll pull like 80 to 100 watts. Or is it also necessary some kind of no breaker capacitor maybe to filter power oscillations? It's straight from cigarette lighter. The hardware is designed for car power. Now you're in. You drop your or you can DM if you don't want to just drop it in the chat. DM ST who's in here, your Connect username, your email, and then we can get you set up. ST, yeah. And then Mr. ST, do you wanna hop in here? You don't have. I think you have to request.
Yeah, Mao, I need your Connect email. There we go. Oh, message. I got it. Sent you a invite to a comma.
You gotta set up your screen share though, so we can see the full experience. No, I don't think you get an email. You just go and connect. You see a new device in there.
All right, let me send you a dongle ID if it's easier.
Well, you also have to send them the Connect preview link, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. One sec, Mao. Sorry. It's in master of Connect, but it's not in production yet. Did it load for you?
Oh, there we go. Let's do it.
So the share didn't work. Hold on.
Did you add him as an owner?
No, I added him as read only. Adib, do you mind adding him? Because I'm adding him is not. It's not taking.
Yeah, the send me his. It should be good. You want to refresh now? There you go, body V1. Oh, you had it. You had it. Now to the right. Yeah, there you go. It's taking so long.
Adib, I think this is the turn issue.
Is that?
Hmm.
Why doesn't it have a good error for the turn issue?
It should have not found candidates and showed an error.
You want to just try to refresh it? This doesn't work. Okay, here, I'll do it. You want to just not share screen, and then okay, so that was a fail. We'll have to look into that. Let me. I'll just share my screen. All right, let's see. All right, there's Mr. Stefan. So this streaming feature, so this is remote telly up for the body. There's Daniel. Mr. Nick is not here. If we can, maybe we can go check on autonomy. See if Harold's. Well, the thing is, the Open Bio team keeps the lights off in their office, so it's a little nicer out here. There's the infrastructure team. Yeah, so we did a live demo yesterday. I was talking to Robo in Belgium. And, it just worked for him. So I'm surprised it did not work for you, man. Anybody else wants to try? Let me know. You want to share your screen? What Harold's up to? Why he had to leave? Oh, he really did have to leave. Oh, Harold. Grab a snack. Let's go to the snacks. We really should make this faster. Stefan, you want to? Is it limited in the joystick? Where is this limited? Safety limit should be a bit higher than this, right?
Yeah, the torque is limited in the car controller.
Yeah, let's just bump it up.
Yep.
These scenes up too. Oh, he knew we were coming. Oh no, I didn't. All right, here's the Diet Coke. Try the driver view. We should untint this. We should really go after it, the untinting. Yeah, you can see the stats here. Wait, why did that still? You see how that unrolled, Stefan? Are we getting arms? First, you're getting a $200 body. We're gonna ship this to all comma.ai users for $200, and then then we can think about arms and what's useful. We're gonna add two-way audio to this pretty soon, and then we'll have this for all the cars, but it'll just be a live stream, of course, no joysticking. $200 can't afford not to. Exactly. We have a range of affordable products launching this year. Let's put it that way. Oh, there's secrets there. Don't look. Don't look. Don't look. There we go. We're back to open pilot. Why is it tearing a little bit? Where is that? Oh, you know what? That's probably my monitor. Comma 4x league. There's no comma 4x. What was there? What was that? Let's chase Nick. Let's chase Nick. He's too fast. Oh, I'm stuck. Okay. That was our big feature: shipping the cars, shipping the bodies. Yeah, I don't know. We're just back from the dead, and we got Connect bug requests, feature requests. Mr. ST is the guy to go to now. The common connections feel a lot more alive. After we ship this, we're going to spend a lot of time on just polishing Connect, fixing a bunch of bugs, all the good stuff. Refactoring, a lot of refactoring.
We're gonna revive the hardware body channel.
Yeah. Daniel was saying one of our goals with Gold Car this year. Stefan's goal this year is to get 10 Dabus. That's a daily active body user. It's not 10 bodies sold, that's 10 running. Sounds like a few, but it might be our hardest goal for the year. One of our autonomy goals this year. What's up?
If you have a body V1, please talk to me, or I'll reach out to you.
Yeah, Stefan will be reaching out to all the body V1 people. But if you want to play with the stuff ahead of time, it's all in OpenPilot Master now. It's in Connect Master. You can start playing with it now.
And if you have any trouble with any of it, please let me know. Like, I'll always be here to help. And I want to know all the issues you have.
Soon. First will be the eGPUs. We'll have eGPUs first, and then bodies after that. I want to accelerate this stuff, and you guys know some great engineers, and you want them to have cool, fun jobs where they get to work on shit like this. comma.ai/jobs. We have a nice referral bonus. Make a few $1,000s, and you get your products faster. OpenPilot gets better faster. Yeah, that's what we got shipping for you for 0.11.2. OpenPilot 0.11.2 will be initial eGPU support. Oh, Mr. Warren, we're excited for you. We're very excited for you. We have one of your fellow Georgia Tech friends. He's on the DM team right now. Hardware challenge is still up. Yes. Yeah. So 0.11.2 is initial eGPU support. Probably won't be in the shop quite yet when we ship 0.11.2. You can buy all the stuff if you're really excited, or you can wait for the plug and play version. It'll be this body streaming plus car streaming, and whoa, who took over my body? And then it'll be the ID4 Gold Car. That's what we got coming up, and then 0.11.3 should be some more exciting stuff. And then you guys will be real excited about we'll call it our car support roadmap. We have a car support roadmap, in the works right now. Yeah. Yeah. 1.0 after 0.11.3. Let's just say I don't expect a 0.12. I don't expect a 0.12. Yeah. Maybe blog post coming soon about this. We're also working hard on. We doubled comma.4 production in kind of the month preceding when the backorder cleared. We put a lot of time into doubling comma.4 production. We first got it up to 3x production after about a month and a half in, and then a few months later we doubled. We're going for another doubling right now. That's where a lot of the hardware efforts are going, and also just squashing. You know, we've gotten like 50 something returns of comma.4s out of the 7,120 something we shipped so far. So incredibly reliable, but we're working to squash those. There's like two main things. If you guys saw the white screens and the camera malfunctions that are still persisting. I think Henry's got a great fix for the camera malfunctions in the works right now. It's kind of done. We're just validating to make sure the rates are basically non-existent now. And then Igor's working on the screen stuff. Oh, it's far less than 1%. Yeah, far less. We'll see if we can maintain that for the 1 year failure rate. Obviously, no comma.4 has been in the field for a year yet. The first, let's call them cohorts of comma.4s, will likely be maybe like 2%, 2 to 2.5%. And then kind of the bulk of them after that should be like far below 1%. It's really two main things. It's the screen thing. You guys have probably seen every single one of them posted on Discord if you're in the Hardware 4 channel, and the camera malfunctions. Those are really the two main things. Warranty comma.4 finally shipped. Took about 2 weeks. Yeah, sorry about that. We're really trying to get those times down, but we really take the time to root cause every single one such that it really just doesn't happen again. Vamos is good. Vamos is making progress. We merged some partial no debug stuff. It'll be one of the first steps to getting rid of Network Manager. I'll give another big shout out to Trey. Modem.py is silently shipping in 0.11.1. You can't tell, Ali said, I guess you can tell because your Brazilian sim is having some issues. But on the whole, modem.py is great. It's 500 lines of Python that replaces Modem Manager, which is awesome. On the whole, it should be a lot easier to figure out. Trey's working on exposing exactly why your sim won't work in the UI really nicely. With Modem Manager, it's impossible to tell. And then Andy is working on ripping on Network Manager. We probably won't ship on-road live view to start. Maybe we will in the future. Unclear. We'll probably start with off-road. Yeah, if you wanna hit up Stefan, I'm sure he'd love to. I think I see you have the little IQ badge. Upstream any of your stuff or just show off your IQ pilot stuff. Mr. Stefan, I'm sure he'd love to see it. I don't know. What's just kind of going on around here? Yeah, exciting times. We have a lot of exciting parallel roadmaps that we're really executing on this year. I think you guys will start to see over the next few months. Yeah, I don't know. comma.4, 0.11. A good start to the year, and we'll have some good stuff in the middle of it. Cool. I guess we'll call it here. Thanks for joining, guys. We'll see you guys next one.